What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel where you subscribe to get daily updates on Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. Have we hit major resistance, or will we get one more wick up before continuing down? We're going to take a look at it. Let's get into it. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, nor is it investment advice. Always do your own due diligence and your own research before investing or trading in any market. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and comment to get your chance to win the Ledger Nano S. We will be doing the giveaway on Sunday. I'll be picking a random comment from a random video throughout the week. So don't forget to smash likes and comment. Fear and Greed Index, we're at 43. We dropped 4 points from yesterday back into the fear zone. Let's take a look at the charts. We're going to do this real quick, guys. The macro, still lower highs in the macro. This is the monthly chart. As you can see, our resistance line right here, a monthly close above the 11,000, then we could be getting bullish. But unless that happens, I remain bearish. As you guys know, higher highs in the price action in the monthly, lower highs in the RSI. That is bearish divergence in the bigger picture. And of course, we have our hopium highs up here. Not saying it can't happen, but I think it's a lot less likely. Now let's zoom in. This is what I showed you on the thumbnail. And as you can see, we are getting rejection right here. I'm going to show you also in the 4 hour where we're getting rejected. And I'll show you, I did get stopped out yesterday. I misplaced my stops. And I did re-enter some shorts, and I'll show you where I got those at right now. But first, let's look at this resistance line right here. Where is this? It is at 10,970, right in that range. So break above that, and getting support on that in the weekly could be a little bit bullish. But again, let's take a look at all time frames first. One other thing I want to point out, as you can see, the price is rising, volume is declining here. That is a sign there most likely is going to be a big breakout. I do still think it's going to be down, and I'll show you why. Let's take a look at the RSI. I've been talking about this for a long time on the weekly RSI. I do expect to come back down and retest this trend line, and if and when we do, that will be a great opportunity to long and make a lot of money. Let's take a look at the daily chart. Looking at this as a rising broadening wedge, which we have fallen out of over here. The measured move of that is $3,800 range. Remember, we have a CME gap down at 3570. Well, let's take a look at this also as just a rising wedge here in pink. If we put a break of the $10,000 range, gets us down to about the 6,500. I do still think that is a possibility. In the really bullish case scenario, we come up and retest this trend line around 12,124. But again, that would be breaking the long-term trend line that I just showed you. So let's look at the RSI on the daily. Does look like we could, in the most bullish case, come up and retest this trend line before coming down. But let's take a look at my trades here. Like I said, I did get stopped out last night, but I did re-enter some trades. I am down 0.01 Bitcoin so far. As you guys know, there is 0.1 Bitcoin is what I started this with. And this is not my main account, guys. This is just my account for you guys to follow what I'm doing. I do pretty much the same trades in my my primary account, although I do a little less leverage in my primary account. But anyways, that's where we're at. I did put my stops just above the 0.786. You can see we're getting rejected here. I'll show you a clearer chart in a second. But if you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out Prime XBT. I will leave a tutorial up top. It's by far my favorite exchange. My stops right now, just so you know, are about 10,970 area. So if you do want to try this, definitely use promo code Savy50. That'll get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit up to 1 Bitcoin. And Savy25 will get you 25% off your fees. Definitely check it out. You can trade crypto, Forex, gold, silver, oil, everything on this app. Also, they don't trade against you like the other exchanges. They don't stop hunt. They don't do none of that stuff. It's by far the fairest exchange in my opinion. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. And let's look at the DXY. DXY, now if Bitcoin gets that pump, DXY will most likely come down and retest this trend line before popping up, but I'm not convinced of that yet. I still think that we may be seeing the dump from here, although we could see a wick up, and I'll talk about that in a second too. Let's look at this chart. This is another look at the daily. As you guys know, I've been talking about this being a bear flag like this one was over here. I'm expecting some bad news and a big drop. That is my opinion. We'll see what happens. In the RSI, you can see last time over here what happened, and look at right here. It does look like I am expecting this in the RSI, one more big drop down before actually going up in any big way. Now let's take a look at the measured moves here. I'm going to show you what happened last time in this, looking at this as a bear flag, and we take a measured move, and you can see what happens. When we got to our measured move, we did get a bounced around here for a little bit before a huge drop. Now let's take a measured move of this as a bear flag first and put it down to, if we broke down past that 10,200 range, we'd be looking at around at $8,500 Bitcoin. There is something else that suggests that, and I'll show you here in a second, but let's take a look at just measuring this as a rising broadening wedge around the 9,060 range. Like I said, if we do come up and retest the top of this, could be around 11.5, 11.6. If we do see something like that, I think it'll be a huge wick, bear trap or bull trap, and then continue down, in my opinion. We break above this, then it's bullish. But until then, like I said, I'm still bearish. And as you can see, volume's still declining while price is going up. That's never a good sign. But let's look at this as an ABC correction and throw a Fibonacci extension on here from the top swing high to the swing low on the bottom and up to where we swung high here. That also gets us down to about that $8,500 range, which would be an ABC correction looking like this: A, B, and C. Let's see what happens there. That's what I'm looking for. Obviously, it's Bitcoin. No one knows really what's going to happen, but we will see. If you guys want to support the webpage, definitely check out my wife's webpage, inkyourimage.com. There is a link down below in the description. Also, a Discord group. If you haven't joined it yet, definitely check it out. Great community, guys. But this is what I wanted to show you. If we went from the swing high to the swing low here, put a Fibonacci retracement, we are getting rejected at the 0.786 right here. Twice now we got a rejection here. If we do pop above this, like I said, we could get a wick all the way up to, let's put a target here. We did hit our target on Ethereum yesterday too, by the way, and we'll look at that in a few minutes. But 11,380 would be retesting this trend line. A break of that, then we could possibly go retest somewhere up in this area, 12.1 like we looked at before. But I do want to show you the measured move here, looking at this as a rising wedge. And if we take a measured move from where we broke out here and put it down here, it gets us around the $6,000 range. Now, take a look at the Fibonacci retracements from this swing low to this swing high. And our first Fibonacci retracement was 10,445. We bounced around for a little bit. We are currently above it. A break of this, and I'd be looking for the 9180 range, which is the 0.382 fib, and if a break of that, be looking for 8165, which is 0.5 fib, and then we have the 0.65 and 0.618 golden pocket zone between 6850 and 7150. A break of the 6,000 could bring us down into this range. First of all, let's see what happens up here, what's going on as of right now, but I do want to point this out. Zoom in a little bit so you guys can see. And as you can see, price rising, volume declining, guys. It is not looking good for the bulls, in my opinion. Again, I could be wrong. A break of this 10,970 range, we could go up and retest this high at 11,200, and if that breaks, like I said, looking at around 11,350, somewhere in there. But I think this is a bull trap, guys. let's take a look at what I was talking about yesterday on the, let's look at, we did break above this trend line here, and I had set a break of this. We could be looking at $10,160, $10,200 range. Still a possibility, guys. We had this white dotted trend line here and a break of that for 10,040 or 10,400, but we did break back below that. But currently we are getting resistance right on the top of this. We're getting the resistance here, support on the other resistance trend line, which would be new support, a break of this area, guys, and we're continuing down, in my opinion. Again, we'll see what happens here. Let's look at the possibilities. Now, while I got you guys on here, I'm going to switch this up a little bit. We're going to draw this trend line from these two wicks here. And we're going to take the old trend line back in here, off of this wick down here and this wick here, which could be a rising wedge again. Now let's take a measured move of that, and I like that better. You guys have to be able to adjust with the charts, but I'm not changing to a bullish scenario at all yet. Let's take a look at the measured move here. Would be a break of this, depending on where we break, guys, but looking at here around 10,160 range would be the measured move of that wedge. Now, if we took this wedge and looked at it as a breakout up this way, that could get us to that 11.6 range. Although, like I said, I don't see that happening. If we came up and tested this 11.1, wouldn't surprise me, but anything up in this area, guys, I think it's going to be a quick wick, bull trap, and come down. Although I still think we're just going to come down from here, like I showed you on the weekly, unless we break this trend line right here. We remain bearish. Yeah, that's where I'm at with that, guys. Let's take a look at Litecoin. And still nothing has changed here. I'm still looking for the 38.62. If you want to look at how I got it, go back, the last few days, whatever. I've been talking about it for a while. $50 range would be the highest I see this going, and that is the 200 EMA on the 4-hour. Let's look at, well, obviously the other target I have down here is looking at this as a flagpole. This is a bear flag, 31.42. Ethereum. We had this target for rejection at the 200 EMA on the 4-hour yesterday, and we hit it, got rejected. As you can see, lower highs in the RSI, higher highs in price action as bearish divergence here. Most likely continue down to our targets here. First target being 246, second target being 200. If you want to see how I got those, go back, look at yesterday's video, day before. I have not changed my charts at all. Everything's still playing out just as we expected. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe by clicking the CryptoSavy logo above my head. Smash that like button. Leave your comment down below. That'll get you entered to win the Ledger Nano S. Take it easy, guys. I'm out.